Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions Internet. Hope everyone's doing good. It's been a while. Mark Passio is going to be live today. I'm super excited. Alright, welcome back. I love Crass. I just had to put that in there a little bit because it goes along with the banner. If you haven't been following the channel, I did a book review on a book called The Last of the Hippies by Penny Rambod, the drummer of this very legendary band, the Crass. Yeah, Crass. Crass is an amazing band. In fact, this banner has survived Skatopia. That's why it's a little dirty over here. It's got some Skatopia barn juice up on there. It's a I wish I had the soundboard. I need to buy a new speaker for the soundboard. I still don't have enough money because this channel needs more money. But man, I love that banner. Anyways, welcome back. Today's book review is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It is a very good book, although it is very dense, like some of the books I've done previously. It's very dense, it's very rigid, it's a very serious book, like Matt Bennett would say. Shout out to Matt Bennett. We're recording the podcast tonight. We will be recording a new episode of the Crazy Life Stories podcast tonight. I'm very excited. I might have to get me a couple of twisted teas. What else was I going to say? Mark Passio is going to be live today. This is going to be a short book review, unfortunately, because I just don't know what to say. It's a short book. It's there's only 13 chapters. I think it's less than 70 pages. And this book was written when China was in the feudal system, so there was an emperor and there was a king and there was all the territories. China was divided up into like 10 or 12 feudal territories, which they all had what was his name? They all had the guy, I forget I think it's emperor. I don't want to get it wrong. So every feudal territory had their own emperor, I guess, and then that's where the samurai was under the emperor, and I don't know what I'm talking about. This is The Art of War. Definitely worth a read. Like I said, it's only 13 chapters, only about 70 pages, so you can read it within a day. It's pretty easy, or even if every time you go take a number 2 on the toilet, leave it on the back of your toilet. Just read a couple pages while you're number 2ing. Even sit there extra longer. Drive everybody in your house nuts. And even if they start knocking on the door, just say, I'm doing a number 2, even though you're really reading The Art of War. Because that's the only place where you can actually get some peace and quiet is on the number 2. But this is an amazing book. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Oh, excuse me. Highly recommend reading it. You can even get... I'd highly recommend putting this book into your collection. You can get this copy of the book, which has, it's got the Tao Te Ching, Confucius Analects, The Great Learning, The Doctrine of the Mean, and the Work of Mencius. My copy is a little bit worn out. It's a few years old. The gold is kind of like, on the back of the book, it's kind of like rubbed. It seems like rubbed out, I guess. And then the title's even like fading away a little bit. This thing is old. I've had it for a long time. And this is the second copy. Somebody very special to me bought the first copy of the book, and then it got stolen. And then somebody who is not special at all bought this copy of the book. Shout out to that horrible person. But an amazing book. There's a lot of knowledge in it, and if you put that knowledge into action, into your real life, it will become wisdom. That's what wisdom is. So, as far as this book goes, I really wanted to do a lot of notes. I didn't do any notes on it. In fact, the only notes I did is at the very beginning of the book it says the art of war is very important. It's vital importance to the state. And I would say that's true. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. And if you understand what that means, yeah, that's just keep that in mind. It's of vital importance to the state. And the state utilizes war, even to this day, still utilizing war because of its vital importance to the state. Just ask Trump. Just go ask any politician. Not even going to drop any names. Just go ask any politician about the art of war, and they'll tell you all about it. I'm positive. Also, they use the word anarchy in this book, which, again, at the very beginning, I would say that they use the wrong definition of anarchy because they compare anarchy to chaos in the art of war, which is, you know, it's very important to study the etymology. Anarchy means without rulers and without, no, it means the absence of rulers. I don't know why I'm brain farting on that one. It means the absence of rulers. Wow. And look up the etymology. I believe that's Greek, anarchos, something like that. But yeah, study. So I like that he put it's of vital importance to the state and then used anarchy in that way, because if you look up the definition of anarchy, not the etymology, but if you look up the definition, it means the state of chaos or something like that, where it mentions the state, right? It doesn't mention freedom. It doesn't say anything about freedom, which is what anarchy really is. Anarchy is freedom. And the state, according to the state, anarchy would be chaos, I guess, if that makes sense. That sounds very confusing. It's getting kind of dark in here. I hope I didn't obfuscate the definition of anarchy for you. But, yeah, so it's 13 chapters. It's good stuff. Everybody needs to read it. Squirt's been on one today, because Mark Passio's going live today. Even if you don't buy this book, I looked it up. You can get this book for, not this copy, because it's got like gold and gold. Oh, gold! Not this copy was like 20 bucks. You can get just the book of The Art of War by itself for about 8 bucks. Maybe even less than that. What else was I going to say? Shoot. Yeah, so $8. It's very cheap. Even if you don't want to buy it, you can get the audiobook, which, shout out to Spotify. I think this is really cool for shout out to Spotify for doing this. It's really cool. So even if you don't have Spotify Premium, you can go on Spotify, look up any of these classic books. I mean, I didn't look up if they had like 1984 or Brave New World or anything like that, but they do have a lot of classic books on Spotify for absolutely free, and you don't even have to listen to commercials. So you can get awesome knowledge for absolutely free while you're gaming. You can listen to the audiobook of The Art of War while you're playing Fortnite, or while you're in Apex, while you're grinding in the Battle Royales, PUBG, you know what I'm saying? Grind and listen to The Art of War, because it will help you. I promise you. I promise you, I'm dead serious. Reading this book and playing video games will help you. Even playing single-player video games. It will help you. I promise. I guarantee it. It will help you get dubs. It will help you get W-dubs. Use code BeagleEyeVision at w.gg. Get yourself 10% off. This stuff is delicious. A little pregame for what on earth is happening. Because Mark is probably about to yell at us. As he does every Sunday. But we need that. We need that sacred, righteous anger. Everybody needs it. I put it on the TV right in the living room. Everybody needs to hear that shit. Put it on a loudspeaker. Oh, I cuss. Put it on a loudspeaker. The neighbors need to hear it. Cubbyhole's playing on in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I got Cubbyhole Podcast playing on in the background in the living room right now because everybody needs to hear the Cubbyhole Podcast. If you are not following the YouTube Beagle Eye Vision channel, what is wrong with you? There's no commercials. We got all this knowledge. There's so many Cubbyhole Podcast episodes on Beagle Eye Visions now. Get some knowledge. Cubbyhole Podcast would probably recommend to read The Art of War 2. I guarantee it. Shout out to Cubbyhole Podcast, Nate Cap, Brandon Martin. I love you guys. So, again, I'm sorry this one's very short. Some of you guys probably like that it's short. Oh, I need a sound. I need a new speaker so I can use that soundboard. The next book review, speaking of gold pages, because this book is gold, 10 out of 10. Speaking of gold, the next book review is The Gold Standard, written, it's a fictional satire, but The Musical Truth, Volume 1 is not a fictional satire. Even though he says some of it's speculation, I don't think it is fictional. And it's definitely not satire. There's a lot of dark stuff in The Musical Truth. That book review that I did, and if you definitely need to read that book. You can get a signed copy of The Music Truth from Mark Devlin himself. That book is, oh my gosh, there is a plethora of insane, amazing, gargantuan knowledge that you need to read and understand that book. Buy The Musical Truth, because some of the things that I've already read the first chapter of this book, some of the things that are in this book remind me of The Musical Truth. So you're going to have to read this book review. It's going to be fun. Probably be like 30 minutes, probably be a little bit longer, because I already have a lot to say about this book, even though it's fiction. But and it's going to be funny too, so it's a satire. If anybody know who Ari Gold is from Entourage, the TV show Entourage, you know you're in for a treat, because Ari Gold is, I think he's the most hilarious character out of that whole show. I really love Lloyd though. Lloyd cracks me up. I feel sorry for what Ari puts Lloyd through. Man, Ari tortures Lloyd, like literally tortures Lloyd. That poor guy. I love Lloyd. Shout out to Lloyd too. Shout out to Crazy Life Stories. Matt Bennett. We're gonna record tonight. It's gonna be a good ass day. The sun is shining. See, it's getting a little bit brighter out here. Look out for the next book review. Maybe I will have a soundboard, hopefully. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a soundboard. Look up The Gold Standard. It'll be out, that'll be, what? This is June. So, it'll be out July. Stay tuned. Stay golden. Where's that song? I'm going to play that song for an outro just because I don't even care if YouTube slaps me with the copyright. I'll slap you guys with this outro. Oh, wait. See, the show is so professional. You got noises going on in the background. You got the Bluetooth speakers paired in the middle of the video. It's not even paired. There we go. Alright. Thank you if you made it this far. Very professional YouTube channel. Give us more money. Use code Beagle Eye Vision. At W, fight war, not wars, destroy power, not people. Read it, read books. Oh. Alright, stay tuned, stay golden, peace out. Shout out Squirt Dog. Love you, Squirt.